head hit a brick wall kind of thing, you get me?
I came, I saw, I praise the Lord, and break the law. I take what's mine and take some more. It rains, it pours, it rains, it pours. I came, I saw, I praise the Lord, and break the law. I take what's mine and take some more. It rains, it pours, it rains, it pours. Yeah. I sold the pack, the loose, the hard. Yeah. I listen to X, I beat the bars, yeah. The snakes, the rats, the cats, the dogs, the games, attract, protect your heart. Yeah. I waited in line, return, refine the new design. It's time to shine, to shine, to shine, to shine, to shine. I hustle, I flex, the world is mine.
Take it from me, yeah. I won't ever do you wrong, but have a little faith in me.
I came, I saw, I praise the Lord, and break the law. I take what's mine, and take some more. It rains, it pours, it rains, it pours. I came, I saw, I praise the Lord, and break the law. I take what's mine, and take some more. It rains, it pours, it rains, it pours.
She came, I came, now what's my name? My chain, my pants with the chain. They know it's me, the hat and the shades. They heard my voice and they ran to the stage. My veins, my veins, my mans, my babe, my girl, my
Hello and welcome.
We are live.
We live. Hello and welcome everybody to another night of Cyberstorm GG teams coming out, showing out. At least we hope. Got a good night ahead of us. Not nearly as filled as yesterday, I believe it was, but it's going to be another Cyberstorm Open team and Cyberstorm White in their final match for the Open League. And with this match, if they win, I've been talking to the team, it is a guarantee for playoffs. If they lose, there is definitely a high chance they get into playoffs regardless because of round differentials, but you never like to bet on round differentials to be the difference when you get into playoffs. And this win will take them far over that edge. So
Yep, and we just missed the pistol round. Cyberstorm White able to win that, and
nice.
so this will be the beginning of their CT side.
Yeah, sorry about that one, folks. For the first time, I think in 6 or 7 matches, everybody was in the server on time and ready to go at the agreed upon time, which is something that almost never happens in any ESEA league. So, a nice change of pace.
Does look like the force out of unexpected victory is going to come through. All Mech 10s. They did get a plant.
Yeah, that money grinder strat, never gets old. Now, I just want to give you an early heads up, Filthy. If you're on auto director, if you ever catch Toxic on CT side, when we get to CT side, going to connector with an op, be prepared. Get the camera on that, okay? Because there's been a lot of practice. There's been a lot of demo reviews going into this. There's going to be some pretty wild plays that are going to be coming out of the Cyberstorm White side. I'm excited to see.
Does look like it's going to be a short crunch. Both players going to be taken down. Pyrion only able to get one.
Toxic finds another in connector, and I bet with a spray down through the wall, finding one with a FAMAS. Toxic is going to go down to this final player in water. And these T's are looking to back up. It looks like they're heading back up towards A.
Already back on in team mid, so we'll be heard by iBet.
Yep, and now Hobo's well aware he's making this rotation very quickly. These T's look confident. Slow, steady. These CTs. The T's, they don't look unconfident just yet. Obviously, that force was inevitable on this next round, but, you obviously want to see the bonus round go to the team that wins the pistol. But we've commented on this economy before. That's, it's not always the case. And as I say that, Noodle managed to find 2 major kills on site in both Hobo and Clark, turning this into a 2v1. That does have head armor, kit, and a rifle versus these 2 very low T players. Noodle did find a FAMAS, but it's gonna be a little retake here. He's going to need to put on a little show here. Despite the slow HP, these 2 players are still fully capable of taking care of this. And that's one. But is he going to expect the other behind him?
No, it doesn't appear so, and he's going to be taken down easily. That was a really poor CT side setup on that A-bomb site. Pyrion was hiding behind the truck, which allowed a player to walk right at flower pots. Really not how you want to play it. There was no crossfire there.
It was all individual battles in water.
Well, water was whatever. That had come and gone, but the setup on the A site when you're in a 3-on-2, that was
Oh yeah. Okay,
not
yeah.
good.
I get what you're saying. The 2 players in Clark and Hobo at the end. Yeah. And like we said, that counterforce from the CT side, or excuse me, the T side is obviously expected after a loss on pistol, and CTs are back on pistol now. 5.7s and Deagles. Toxic finds one early on, but there's going to be a 2-for-1 trade going on from this T side, making this a 3v2. Clark unable to convert this kill on an unsuspecting player. He does manage to find Noodle, and Pyrian with the kill on Dime, taking him out long, and that is 2 big pistol kills, turning this into a 3v2 with 18 HP on Spa.
Yeah, this is another 3-on-2. This will be the second one we've seen. Hopefully the setup be a little bit better. Pyrion gonna go untraded there due to him wide peeking and his teammate being in a fountain.
Oh, and Clark's gonna go down. He's gonna get found by this player in Spa. Still sat long, and this man-up advantage has slowly been converted. Granted, these were pistols against rifles, so 4 kills, or excuse me, 3 are pretty good. A 4th would be nice. However, 3 of these did come out of Spa, who's now on 18 HP, so a lot of players dueling him, and not a lot of success found in killing him.
Yeah, and Hobo's getting a lot of information himself right now. I don't think Spa spotted him out behind the fountain.
No, it didn't look like he did. And Hobo's going to be able to recover a rifle in this mess. A little bit of utility.
This is doable. There's no kit on Hobo.
But he
I'm
does
not
have
certain
body
if the
armor.
connector door is open or not, and it's not. That complicates this significantly.
You know, heavy-handed as he might be, that doesn't complicate a thing. He swings it wide open.
I don't think they heard it.
I don't think so either. They're not acting like they heard it.
He definitely heard them in water.
This could be very close. He does not have a kit, so he has to act fast. And with this molly, he gives away his position. These 2 players are now well aware of where Hobo's going to be coming from. Oh, and that molly on site is going to make things a bit difficult. However, it's not on the bomb. Hobo has to get on this bomb quick or find this final player. As this time is depleted, he's not going to be able to make the defuse. Still taking those rifles out of the hand of the T side and hopefully able to save this AK going into the next round.
Yeah, when you're kitless like that in a man down situation, you can't waste any time. Because it doesn't take much for the T's to just tuck into a corner and hide and waste your time. You really have to push the pace there. I didn't like the molly too much. I don't think it was really necessary. Like, you have it, you should use it, sure, but I think there he had the advantage of position. Just needed.
See, what I would have loved. Oh, excuse me. Go on. He did have the advantage of position.
Yeah, he had the advantage of position. I think that molly is better suited after a first fight.
Yeah,
to
100%.
close off a peeking angle. I don't think it's really necessary. Like, if he dies walking out, oh well, it was a 2v1. But to put himself in the best possible position to win the 2v1, I think he has to find the first fight, and he has to find it a lot quicker than that.
No, that you raised some very valid concerns, and I definitely agree. I think the biggest improvement I could have seen if he was had to use that molly before he takes that first fight. I would have loved to see it go to one of the positions that he can't 1v1 duel. Like if he had thrown it off the pillar towards Monster, or maybe thrown it towards Sidewalk and have it seep down towards Pit where water is. Maybe he discovers where a player is, but that spot where he threw it, he can get behind. Assuming he can cross safely to site, he can get behind those boxes and get a one-on-one fight with that person peeking Pit. And there's a couple other positions that's not possible. I mean, regardless, the round is done. The eco shortly after with that 1 AK on the CT side was not fruitful, and it resulted in another round going towards unexpected victory. And here we are in another rifle round, except for
Pyrion able to pick up 2 towards short, coming out of the tunnel with no... I didn't see a ton of utility used there. I'd be interested to see what they did to get him into that position.
Yeah, I'm curious what might have flashed.
It looked like almost a solo swing. I didn't hear a flash. There definitely could have been one.
Yeah, the Hobo was able to find one out Monster, and I bet managed to convert using that MP9. And he finds a rifle in the process, turning this into a 1v3 here, and that is the one gone. A round back to the Cyberstorm side. A round that was definitely going to be economically damaging had they lost it. You know, even one SMG on iBet, it was definitely a force here. And
The economy's still not looking tight. It's not. It's not in a great position yet, but
still a little bit of money hanging around. Not much, but I mean, it probably right now sets them up for a slightly better than average pistol buy into the next round if they lose. And the AUG coming out on iBet. Is this a map that you foresee a couple of good AUG lanes, or?
Definitely. So the AUG, any map that has kind of like that where there's a 2-op advantage, you can pretty much guarantee there's going to be a good AUG lane. Just anywhere that has very long angles. I expect that AUG's probably towards the A bomb site. I don't know if that's true at all.
You're kind of correct. The AUG has been lingering in connector. Funny enough, watching that long angle down.
I mean, there are even some spots on B. You know, playing it heaven to short. That's a very reasonable. It's a good gun, and it's kind of undervalued right now. But
well, as you say that, the AUG manages to find one in connector, but now without a swift trade, and it looks like these CTs, at least one, is aggressing towards water. In that, finding a wallbang headshot onto Clark. Noodle, nice shot. He's not going to go unpunished as Pyran finds him. These are 1-for-1s back and forth. Pyran goes down. Hobo finds Will the Punisher.
Yeah, part of this right now is just not sticking to the fight.
And you're absolutely right here. And now it's a 2v2, and I think these T's are very eager to head towards the A-bomb site. They're well aware that
Hobo has all the info. You'd think in a 2v2 he wouldn't expect somebody to hold back.
Yeah, I can imagine. Oh, that wallbang is gonna take Toxic down.
Sort of insights. It's something like that.
Oh, insights. That's that guy fragging out.
That's good
yesterday
insights.
In the main team. What's up?
Yeah, insights is nuts. Yeah, Colberto, I miss you playing with Clark. That's the OGs. And there we go, Toxic, able to pull it back.
Couple of nice frags on him, especially considering he came into that fight half HP. He was getting spammed down over the dumpster position, so.
Yeah, but for going down there and kind of that, I mean that was a lost short play. They didn't have the control they needed, and they kept trying to go back and get it, or try to trade the kill, whatever their real inspiration for continually single peeking towards connector like that was. And that's going to do a lot of economic damage. I think there maybe you just take the loss on iBet.
Yeah, I think you're right. And had it not gone the way it did, where it was just 1-for-1s back and forth, and they missed up, you know, even one of those kills, it would have damage and short control. So risky business, certainly. And now these CTs are much more comfortable.
Oh, that's a good bait out of Hobo. Just spraying that smoke with the FAMAS kind of masks Clark's position there.
Oh yeah, he was able to pick up 2 off of it as well, or 3 actually.
Yeah, that's really well played.
To no one's surprise, they were able to hold off a nice pistol buy coming from this T side, and now the T's are back on rifles.
Up on Hobo. I want to see this.
This is new. This is very new.
It's interesting. He's gonna throw a back monster smoke. I figured it would be like a spawn deal, where he just has a good spawn. He's gonna go out towards monster or something, but.
He's watching monster. He's holding from pillar, really cautious. He's just holding B almost on his own. There's one other player here in Clark, but he's sitting back behind sight. So Hobo's really out with this off. He's gonna swing monster, and he's gonna get caught out by Noodle. I don't even think there was a flash to go with that swing.
Oh, Toxic with the lineup, and it's just gonna spray in between them. But I bet back there with the FAMAS.
Clark does go down to Will the Punisher, and Dime managed to find iBet putting Tyrene in a 1v4. That would be a save, but he's not gonna be able to get that opportunity as Dime finishes off the round, making this a 4v4.
The start of that round looked really good. There was they hadn't gone for their short presence that they had gone for so many times, and it was the one time unexpected sent 5 towards short. But some of that mid-round calling was just kind of odd.
Yeah, I still question. I don't think the op on Hobo is necessarily bad. I think a dry swing monster with like, I don't know. It felt weird. It felt forced,
Yeah,
you know?
I don't really get where that decision was made.
It's like he didn't have to do that. He didn't have to give up a body, especially not like an op. And here come the eco frags. Apart Toxic actually had money and went for. I actually don't know if he fought or not. Now that I'm seeing that.
Yeah, that's kind of odd as well. Also out of the op.
Yeah, I know Toxic is usually the primary opper, so it's a bit different to see that shift from Toxic to Hobo, but you know it is what it is. The round's over. I was just gonna say that, and Clark's stuck here in a very tough spot. 3v1 with only 12 HP.
Oh, he
does
was
find
cleared.
one.
That's odd.
He was cleared, but he
I
got
was
stuck.
not
It didn't
expecting
matter.
that.
I didn't think he would just check it, but hey, that was a very snappy shot out of Clark. We love to see it, and this puts him into a 1v2. The C's are.
I think he's gonna think better of this. He's
Oh,
got
yeah,
Toxic,
totally.
who's definitely not gonna be able to buy into the next round. Hobo, who's gonna, it's gonna hurt.
Yeah. I'm sure he's just trying to scrounge up whatever he can off the ground over here. And I mean, these T's had well into the round 8 controlled, and so I don't think it's worth it either.
This is very odd. This isn't very fundamental like CT overpass.
Yeah, it's a bit different, and I'm wondering if I know from this side there was a lot of practice in regards to how this other team was playing. It makes me wonder if they are changing up their style of play or what they're traditionally playing for a CT side overpass to maybe fit what they think their opponents are gonna do. But
I don't know.
that being
It's
said,
just
not-
very disjointed. Like obviously that was an eco round. You had 4 USPSs going towards T ramp, but like in the previous round, I mean, they lost the round without a team actually pushing into a bomb site.
Yeah, it's true.
That's
It was
that's
very
not very
fighty.
fundamental. It doesn't seem like anti-stratting.
uh,
So I mean, like if their worry was okay, unexpected likes to go short a lot,
yeah.
and they're constantly taking short control. Okay, well, maybe give up short, maybe nade short. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Make
just
sure you don't
trying
molly
to
short.
practice for a 5-man short take, just to lose 2 bodies in the short take. That's not anti-stratting.
Very true. I mean, it's I feel like that's what they had in mind in terms of the way that they're approaching the match. I don't know if in practice they're able to, you know, see success in that, or if they're not successfully anti-stratting. Part of it still might be they're working around. I don't want to say player changes yet, but that could be in the near future.
If they just get to a fundamental, if they just take back fundamental overpass,
Yeah.
you play the standard setups. This works out fine.
Oh yeah. I mean, again, and this game isn't gone away from yet. Still 5-4.
Yeah, Toxic, good to get 1 there. Definitely had the opportunity to get 2. This should cause a rotate.
Oh, there's 3. Speaking of 2, and these T's just plowed down connector to find the end of a Toxic MP9, and you know that's 3 very big kills out of him. This is a 4 or 5v2, but 2 of these players are good. I've been Toxic, half HP, and Pyre, and one of the full HP players goes down. Will the Punisher is able to find him.
So this is kind of what I'm talking about. In fundamental overpass, you've got 2 players in connector, right? That's not an unusual A site setup. But the moment the T's have been spotted out in party, B site players should be rotating up into A, because the only safe exit is through B short. So the 2 A players are now going to play B. That's fundamental. So like just some of the prep for this is very odd. Like you can see now, there's nobody on the A bomb site. The 2 A players are still, yeah, they were still in connector.
Bomb's gonna go down for this T side. Dang, there was a fake plant. It didn't happen. Okay, now he was caught out by the player long. But that's wild to think that the A players rotating up their connector were faster than not even one of the
No,
T players
literally
caught out.
the moment
Yeah.
I just watched a demo review of Knock.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
and what's the guy's name? Launders.
Mm-hmm.
He was talking about how good their rotations were. The 2 players in, I think it was Knock and maybe Rez, get spotted out in con. So 2 players from B just immediately are on A, and that's now maybe the third B player helps retake B short to help them get out, but
But now without Party finding 2 major kills, he does get traded, and I bet from Connector finds the third. 2 for 3 in water.
it's still a little clippy in water. It's not clean.
Yeah, they did come out a bit positive, I will say that. Again, they were against Mac 10s, albeit rifles versus Mac 10s, 2 for 3 trade. This leaves an op and a Mac 10 on the T side, an op, an AK, and an M4 on the CT side. Now, that being said, that AK is on IBET with 15 HP. Plenty of kits to go around, so we're not going to be too concerned if this bomb does go down. But it's a slow push for these T's out towards the B bomb site, it looks like. And they are going to pay for it. Toxic finds one in Noodle, and this last player is going to be able to recover this op. He's in a 1v3 situation here.
He's gonna try and split these up, and he's gonna get it done.
He gets a 1v1 against Hobo and manages to convert the kill. Now he's in a 2v1 situation with IBET on 15 HP.
And
All of a
I
sudden,
bet
this
should
almost
just
looks
wait.
He's looking eager. He gets a little wide, but not without Toxic swinging as well. And they do manage to find the kill, and this double op is going to be recovered for the CT side.
I just like to see it a little cleaner.
Yeah, I agree.
It's not.
I think there's
It's not
so
there
much
yet.
improvement.
I don't love Purion's solo water there, especially with as much aggression as you've seen. I don't know if that's a personal call, if that's a team call, but but here comes the fast con play. Toxic doesn't get spotted out.
IBET finds one, Toxic with 2, and this last connector player is, the last 2. Toxic finds another, and then IBET with the other third.
Yeah, a full Glock rush.
Yeah. 85 alive. That's exactly what you want to see on a full Glock rush, right? You don't want to see anybody going down. That's about as clean as it's going to get. Granted, it's one of the easier rounds to handle. But hey,
Again, that's just a weird setup. I bet is right side outside of connector instead of watching connector stairs.
yeah. I'm surprised they didn't spot out Toxic.
Yeah, that puts Toxic on an island. He should have 100% have been dead.
None of them saw him though. And by the third kill, it was like, well, there's 2v3, and they were split. It's an interesting crossfire, but in reality, if they just stay in connector, you know.
But that's not a crossfire. It'd be a crossfire if Toxic's watching.
It was a
connector.
crossfire when they ran out. It was a crossfire when they ran out. But if they don't run out, for example, they get a one-on-one with Toxic, then they get a one-on-one with IBET. You know what I mean? So it's
Yeah, I mean, like, you can make that a crossfire. Toxic can be watching top connector, and then you can have IBET watching the front ramp
go down the
position.
stairs, yeah. I mean, it's little things. You know, it's very little things that this T side could change up that would absolutely rock the way that these guys are playing. I think you're right about that. I think there's little things that could be altered, and if they start to spot those things out, start to pick up some one-on-one fights, and the tides can turn very quickly. But the Cyberstorm side has been able to pick up a couple rounds and taking the lead, thankfully, going from 5-4 to 7-5.
This should be an A hit. I think they heard both ops here.
Yeah, with 30 seconds left on the clock, this T side is gonna have to commit somewhere. And this rotation looks like it's gonna come out of Hobo here, right? As these smokes are coming down.
Yeah, Clark's still tucked in on the A bomb site or the B bomb site.
Yeah, he's that pillar and he does not want to move yet, but now it looks like he's gonna be rotating up with only 11 seconds. He's very worried about B. You know, he really doesn't think he's Pyron's gonna find one, but not before he's taken out by Spa. 3v2.
Yeah, able to stop the bomb plant.
Yeah, and it does not. So that's another round going for the CT side. I'd say that hold was a little better. They prevented the bomb plant from going down.
Just still
Even with
weird
those
things,
smokes.
small weird things.
Weird things, yeah. It's
Both ops on the A bomb
different.
site, for example. I mean, just weird is all.
Yeah. Maybe we should call up Nico P. He could set in and coach a little bit. Probably wouldn't hurt. This Molly has been very effective now that the water Molly, they've been throwing that, and it has been keeping some of these victory players at bay. That being said, Spa goes down early on.
This is a 4B setup.
Oh, and that nade coming in on Dime. 61 damage on him, and he's gonna get shot through the wall by Clark. Wallbang headshot. Hobo's looking for another. He's jump spotting, trying to get some information. He saw one more in water.
Yeah, Will the Punisher just spotted out. They spent a lot of time in this water position. It's not doing them any favors. Good peek out of Toxic.
Another, and
Solid
Noodle, and that's
flick.
the bomb down. But do they know the bomb is down? Did they see it?
It would have popped up on the minimap
Yeah,
from Toxic shot.
true. Hey,
Which
well,
means
there
if
you
I'm
go.
in the game, I have no idea that the bomb's down because I don't look at the minimap. I don't believe in it. If
I don't believe it.
No, dude, I'm half
It
tempted to
lies
turn it
you,
off.
bro. It lies to you.
It's not that it lies to you. It's you spend too much time looking at it and you're not looking at your crosshair.
That's fair. That's fair. I've been there.
I had a guy yelling at me on Faceit the other day because I didn't know bomb was down because of the minimap. I was like, just call bombs down.
Yeah, say something. Well, that round was very beneficial for this CT side because it puts these T's back on Galils. 3 Galils out, 1 Mac 10. And as I say, that Spa goes down with that Mac 10. But not without Toxic going down. And another op in Ivan is going to get tagged up. That's both ops, I believe, taken off of the CT side.
Yeah,
That was
Noodle
a
able
great
to get the divider wall bang.
Yeah, nice. Clean. And
That's
now
that's
this
not the
A's
first time that connector setup got them in trouble.
Yeah, it's down, and Hobo goes down. Pyrian's able to find the trade on Will the Punisher, but I don't think he has any idea this player is close left here. 2v3 with Pyrian on 40 HP. I feel like they do both have kits. If they find a pick soon, I think they might go. Well, this last round. What am I saying? Of course they're gonna go for it. They need a
Good
pick
shot
soon,
from
and Pyrian
Pyrian.
finds it. Noodle goes down. Clark on Goon.
And all clean.
Goon.
Very clean. Was that a 2v4 retake or a 2v3?
That was a 2v3. But, actually, no, it's 2v4. Hobo went down. It was a 4v2. Pyrian traded, and then they went into a 2v3 retake on site. But I don't
That's
know. It was,
fairly clean retake.
yeah, that was a good change of pace. I'm happy to see it. Some good old fundamental CS, something I know Filthy loves to see. Now this is the side I'm excited about. This T side.
Some very fairly odd things. But you come away with a 10-5 victory or a 10-5 scoreline. You
10-5
probably don't mind so much.
Yeah. And you know, again, I think at this level, some of these guys have played in IM before, and so I'm sure some of these mistakes would be punished a little harder at a higher division, and understandably. So I think that was one thing I had talked to some people about. I feel like people perform better when they start to get to higher tiers because they can't get away with making the little mistakes. You know what I mean? Like they have to sharpen up, or they're gonna get knocked out and they're gonna lose.
There's also a level of predictability.
That's fair. That's fair. And I'm sure there's a higher level of like demo reviews and really analyzing your opponents before play. So, with that being said, we're coming into this pistol round for this T side half for Cyberstorm White and P250 on Clark, armor on 3 players. It looks like flashes and a Molotov on iBet. Looks like a B exec is gonna be coming out for this T side.
Pyrian on burst fire fighting the guy towards party.
I don't know what Will the Punisher's doing, standing in pit with his knife out, not really looking at anything.
Oh, good shot from Dime.
That was clean. Pyrian goes down, but it's not going to trigger a B rotate. And in fact, these B players are well aware, still 3 on the site. As this exec comes out, the Molly to Barrows does clear the spot. Hobo's going in first. He spots one out graffiti, knows there's one heaven. The trade comes in. I bet finds one. Still one in.
Oh, and Clark in a knife battle.
Oh, now it becomes a 2v2 though. Oh my god, Noodle. I think he has 3 this round.
Oh, Clark.
Oh
okay,
my God.
boy.
That's the Clark that we love to see. That's the Clark that I've known. As a
I don't know how they
graduate
really got
PhD.
into that knife battle in pit, but
It was a reload. So Hobo had shot the guy Heaven, and the guy in pit was originally shooting like through the wood on the left side towards iBet. He swung around, killed Hobo, and then him and Clark started shooting. They both ran out of ammo, and the knives came out. But that's Is that 2 pistols for Cyberstorm? I think they won both.
Yeah, hopefully they don't
think
lose
so.
both bonuses. It is going to be a 2 connector
true.
setup. It looks like it's going to be a short crunch out of the CTs. And that's going to take care of one of the rifles.
Oh, and then as you say that, these CTs are going to recover one of these rifles. That's actually like 2 Galils, 1 taken away as Clark finds 2 big kills from the top of connector, denying that Galil onto Spa, but Goonie, oh, I hate that. Goo, I'm just going to call him Goo.
Good shots
Goo
out of
gets
Toxic
shut
to
down.
clean it up.
Toxic has been telling me about this. He's talking about his running Tech 9. Bit advantageous of him, but he's very confident in his running Tech 9. I swear, if we see him just run out of spawn with a Tech 9 again, man. Okay, got the op, thank goodness. And this is the rifle. Still 2 Mac 10s though, on iBet and Hobo. Famaz on Dime. Rest of the players on the CG side are going to be equipped with M4s, an AK, a Galil, and an AWP on the remaining 3 T players. 12-5 scoreline here. Looking good. I mean, for what it's worth, there were definitely some chippy plays here and there, but a solid win is on the horizon if this kind of a play keeps up.
Yeah, but, you know, going into playoffs is really where you want to be clean.
Oh yeah, these
They're
next
not
couple
going to be able to
matches-
out-aim everybody.
Yeah, and when they come to the next couple of matches where they're playing these best of 3s, believe me, it's going to be much less forgiving. I totally understand what you're saying. So I think if they got to get it out here. We don't like to even see it here. It's kind of late in the season. We'd like to see a little bit of just a cleaner kind of play. But, you know, get the last of it out of here, boys, and then a new slate going into playoffs. A clean, you know, can. Noodle's gonna find fire, and Noodle's been very effective in this game, I think.
Oh, okay, Noodle.
Ooh, as I say that, a huge headshot on the iBet. Toxic's gonna shut down Goo. And this is 1v1. He doesn't know that this guy has 12 HP, and he's just gonna run off the clock. Yeah, running Tech 9. There it is.
All right,
Tech
don't
9's
start
good easy.
start gassing him up for a body shot on a dude 12 HP.
Well, it's just simple. It's clean. It's a clutch we needed to see happen. Ideally, we want to see 3 more rounds here from this T side, and end the game, right? And I think I was talking about how I think their T side was going to be better than their CT. All right, and here's where I want you to watch Toxic if you can. He's going connector. He's got the op. I know he's looking for it.
There was a lot of practice for this. Oh, is it a wall bang?
There's no wall bang. I don't think they're there.
No, no
They
one's
were
there.
talking-
I just turned on X-ray. I hadn't realized I had it off the entire time,
Oh, he does find one though. Yeah, they were talking about how a part of their strat on B is a boost that happens often, like every other round in some of their demos. So they learned like a wall bang for the headshot. And I'm waiting to see it happen. It'd be really cool to see it happen. But unfortunately, in this round, it does not come through.
What is it?
Still,
The triple back boost from
Yeah.
Graffiti?
yeah, it's either that one or it's the one across from Graffiti, just on the wood planks.
The sandbags?
Is it sandbag? Maybe it is sandbags. Oh, Spa gets caught out here with an 8, and he goes down to 15 HP. He does survive. I bet he's able to find dimes, but Goo is able to trade on iBet. Clark blind finding 2, both Spa and Goo. This turns into 1v3 here. Only a FAMAS on Will the Punisher. He's smoked off in this dumpster position. And I don't mean that is a diss. I mean he's by dumpster. And he's gonna be shut down. Clark with 3 kills that round, 2 of them blind. And again,
22 and
this
8 on Toxic.
Nice. Noodle's probably been their player of the game. Yeah, 15 and 16.
Well, that retake alone.
Yeah.
That was starting to look pretty dicey.
Oh yeah. 19 and 8 on Clark. I'm happy to see Clark doing well. Clark's the fragger that I know and can appreciate. And that being said, this has so far been a flawless T side from Cyberstorm. No rounds lost yet. And it doesn't look like you can carry on. Will the Punisher with 3 kills with that UMP. Just absolutely wipes the entire Bobo and Toxic. Finally, iBet does find Spot, and a trade comes out onto Will from Clark.
Yeah, Clark really wanted that op.
They get 14 and they don't know how to act.
Smoke on iBet.
And the bomb is still in front of him. He doesn't know coverage yet.
Clark spotting out the player heaven.
Oh, Oh.
Able to shoot his elbow.
But that's all he's gonna get. Noodle here very low, 19 HP with no armor. Not super impact considering it's off in hand, and I bet is able to find her and finish off Noodle. Taking
Strong
that
play
off
from
out of his
IBET.
hand. Solid. 3K out of him, you know. 2v1 clutch there. Solid. Again, you're right in saying it gets dicey towards the end, but they pull him out.
Yeah, you
Albeit
just want to
20
see it a little cleaner. That's all.
Oh yeah, and seeing games like this where they get close like this, right? These are games where this could be, you know, 16-5. This could also be a 16-12. There are a couple rounds that could have gone the other way very easily. You know, it comes real close, and so.
Yeah, I think it's really just some fundamental stuff.
Yeah, but they definitely got a lot of the components there, and I mean, again, it's showing they're probably pretty happy with this 15-5 scoreline.
Oh, Auto Director gave me an interesting angle there.
Really?
Yeah, it started following people in the third person. Okay, Auto Director.
Oh, that's sweet. Hobo is gonna be creeping down connector, and Toxic's gonna find Goo with the nade. Pyrian gets Noodle. Spa is found out by Hobo through a hole in the door. Pyrian gets a trade on Spa. This is a 3v2, but two players on this T side are very low. That being said, Toxic finds Dime with the Tech 9, and all of a sudden it's a 1v3.
And they're well aware where he is.
Oh yeah, he does have full HP though, and two of these players, now one, are very low. He's able to find Toxic, 25 HP on Pyrian. Goodness, I switched between two of them. Will the Punisher
Does have a kit.
He does have a kit, and he's just working away through this smoke. He finds an AK. You know, this is doable. You can get Pyrian, find 25 HP player, get a headshot on Clark. You know, the one tap ability, he's got 30 bullets. Well, 14 actually in the magazine. And he is just looking for that tap. He's not going to be able to find it. No connections as of yet, and he is running out of time. And Pyrian is going to put a stop to it. Excellent headshot onto Will the Punisher, and that's going to be the game at a 16-5 scoreline.
Yeah, not a bad match.
Hey, I mean, that T side, flawless. It wasn't a round lost. I gotta say that's pretty solid. I'm happy to see it. And I will say that their T side was practiced pretty extensively. They pulled me in for as a body, you know what I mean, to stand in certain spots, run through certain places. But I've been seeing some of the practice, and I definitely think they're trying harder, and it's showing. Obviously, that's quite a good result. We'd like to see that for the last season match. Again, you made some comments I think were totally justified, and I think I actually do agree with. We'd like to see it just a little bit cleaner. Some of those rounds, albeit round wins, were very close. You know, 1v2 clutches, pulling out some very clutch situations that were not in the favor of that Cyberstorm side. But all in all, the result was good. I'm happy to see it.
Yeah, and just want to point out a couple things. We got Clark coming in with a pretty big 111 ADR.
Woo.
Yeah, you love to see that.
Up there.
Not the top fragger, but in the words of Michael Mortem, top ADR, best player. So
I think a lot of people agree with that sentiment.
Yeah, I think Noodle had a strong game.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Will brought a little bit of heat.
You know what? That being said, I will say that 4 out of these 5 players on the Cyberstorm White side all keeping, you know, 90 ADR or above. That's definitely solid. You know, it's not.
Yeah, and Hobo's not really the one you expect to underperform. Yeah, so that's not really a bad sign. That's just an off night.
Yeah, and what's good is his team was there to carry on. His team picked it up for him. They had no problem doing it. Scoreline showed it. Again, there were a couple of times where we questioned what had happened. There might have been some things that could have gone awry. Jeez, I said array. Well, there goes my no, but it could have gone awry. You know, they were able to clutch it out. Again, I'm very happy with half 2. It was 6 straight rounds, played beautifully, won every single one. I mean, not too many complaints from me. I can't wait to see the playoffs. Hopefully, some of the funky business, the dry peaks, you know, on CT side, monster. Maybe we don't see so many of those going into playoffs. But I mean, apart from that, I like it.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's not too much. Just needs to clean up the fundamentals a little bit, and maybe that's, I don't know if that's a map they played extensively. I think this might be their third or fourth time playing it this season altogether.
Yeah.
So I mean, just small setup issues that definitely could have been exploited more than they were. I don't think that should have been a 10-5 half. I think that was a much more punishable CT side. But getting away with 10 rounds and then closing it with a stronger T side, definitely a good outcome. Go ahead and play your stuff.
Yeah, I want to thank everybody for coming out, watching, supporting Cyberstorm White and CyberstormGG, our lovely esports organization. I run a little podcast on the side. It's called the Town Hall Podcast, and you can find us at www.townhallpodcast.com. You can find me on Twitch at the Mayor with 2 R's, and you can find me on YouTube at the Mayor. All my links are in all the descriptions. So you find my Twitch, you can find my YouTube, you can find the podcast. Come out and support. We talk about esports, CS:GO, obviously, business, all that kind of good stuff. So appreciate everybody for coming out, supporting the team, as I said before. And you got anything else to say? Upcoming matches that might be?
Yeah, we have one more match, I believe, altogether for the rest of the regular season. And that is going to be the main team against Give Them a Chance on the 25th, which I believe is Sunday.
That is Sunday.
That's Sunday at 10 p.m. And that
Hoping to see all
should
of you
take them
there.
to 9-7, hopefully. So we will probably be back on this channel at 10 p.m. Sunday the 25th. I see you asking for a clip. I'll probably clip somebody. I don't know who yet. I have to go back and look through the game. But yeah, GG's to everybody that played. And I think
You
that's
could do you remember the bait, the FAMAS bait from Hobo, and Clark got a 3K water? That was a good one.
I think I was gonna do probably 2 clips from Clark. I like that one. That's a good 3K.
Oh, the pistol?
And the pistol, the jumping
Yeah.
headshot. So that's probably like a 10-11 second clip. That's not too bad. It's still gonna take me like 20-25 minutes. But
Yeah, hey, there you go. I mean, congrats, Clark. You're probably going to get the clip. And again, congrats on the win, Cyberstorm White. We want to see this carry on into playoffs. I want to see I want to see on that team next year. I look at that ESEA page. Next season, excuse me.
I'd rather see Maine.
I'd rather see Maine, but at least a minimum. I'm setting the bar low. Aim, believe and achieve.
Well,
Aim high.
they've basically already made IM. They've made the playoffs, so you might as well just win open and
Just
and
win out.
That, I mean, that used to take you to MDL way back in the day, but
Jeez.
before there wasn't even an advanced league at that time.
I didn't even realize.
Yeah, that's showing my age a little bit, but yeah, that's all I have for tonight. Thank you, everybody that came out.
Thank you all so
GGs.
much. Peace out.